Hey folks, Mythic ODM here. It's been a little bit of time since I've been able to post a video. I'd recorded this video actually several weeks back and then went to edit it and found out that the front of it was actually cut off, so I had to re-record it. So there's been a little bit of downtime between then, a few things happening that takes time away from what I want to do, which is make some videos for you. I had decided to try using large language models, so ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and the new one DeepSeek, to create an adventure or an encounter using AI. And so while I was doing that, I thought it'd be kind of fun and ask myself, what would happen if I asked it to actually write a YouTube script for writing a video about writing adventures or encounters using ChatGPT. So what I have coming up is the clip of me reading off the script of what ChatGPT had for talking points and stuff. And then it'll wrap around to the end, and I'll go over some of the stuff that GPT primarily is the one I was using, came up with for encounters, but I did try it with other large language models, and we'll see what it came out to. So here's the ChatGPT YouTube video generated script, and then we'll get back to what it was actually doing afterwards. All right, so I opened up chat and wrote the following prompt. Create a YouTube script for the topic of using ChatGPT for creating adventures for role-playing games. Give pros and cons of its use. Video should be roughly 15 minutes in length. So let's see what it came up with. Now, I'll have my own thoughts at the end, as well as some fun surprises about the way this video was done. And here we go. Welcome, adventurers. Today, we're diving into the mystical world of tabletop role-playing games and exploring a tool that's been gaining popularity among game masters and players alike, ChatGPT. Stick around as we discuss how AI can help you create thrilling RPG adventures, and we'll break down the pros and cons of using it. Let's roll initiative and get started. So whether you're a veteran dungeon master or new to the GM's chair, creating a compelling stories, unique characters, and dynamic encounters can be both exciting and challenging. That's where ChatGPT comes in. AI tools like this are designed to assist with brainstorming, world building, and even generating dialogue. But is it a game changer, or does it come with some critical pitfalls? Let's break it down. So first, let's talk about what ChatGPT can actually do for your RPG campaigns. First of all, you can brainstorm adventure ideas. So whether you're running Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinders, or a more homebrew system, ChatGPT can quickly generate adventure hooks, plot twists, and even an entire story arc. Create NPCs. Need a quirky shopkeeper or a menacing villain? ChatGPT can whip up detailed characters complete with their backstories and dialogue suggestions. Generating maps and descriptions. While it's not a visual tool, ChatGPT can describe locations in vivid detail to inspire your map creation. Assist with rules. It's great for explaining some complex rules or suggesting mechanics, as long as you double check for accuracy. Sounds pretty awesome so far, right? Now let's roll perception and uncover the pros and cons. So let's start with the good stuff. The advantages of having ChatGPT as your co-GM. Time saving. Writing adventures can be time consuming. ChatGPT can provide instant inspiration, helping you get from a blank page to a full campaign faster. Access for everyone, whether you're an experienced GM or a beginner. ChatGPT provides tools to make storytelling accessible. It's like having a creative partner at your fingertips. Flexible and customizable. You can tweak ChatGPT's suggestions to fit your playstyle or campaign setting. It's not rigid. It's there to spark your imagination. Great for improv. You need to improvise when your players take an unexpected detour? ChatGPT can generate NPCs, encounters, or plot twists on the fly. So far, it's looking like a natural 20. But let's not forget, every tool has its downsides. Time to explore the challenges and limitations of relying on AI for your RPG adventures. First thing, lack of originality. ChatGPT is great at remixing existing ideas, but it might struggle to create something truly unique. Its responses are based on patterns and data it's been trained on, which can lead to cliches. Over-reliance on AI. Using ChatGPT too much might reduce your personal creativity and connection to your campaign. The best RPGs come from the unique voice of the GM. Context issues. ChatGPT doesn't always understand the nuances of your game world or mechanics. For example, it might suggest something that's incompatible with your rule set or setting. No visuals or maps. While it can describe locations in detail, ChatGPT can't create actual maps or artwork. You'll need additional tools or skills for that. Ethical considerations. Some creators worry about over-reliance on AI diminishing the craft of storytelling. Plus, it's worth noting that the AI doesn't inherently create, it is drawing from existing patterns. If you're ready to give ChatGPT a try, here are some tips to make the most. Use it as a starting point. So treat ChatGPT's output as a rough draft, not the final product. Edit, refine, and add your personal touch. Be specific with prompts. The more details you provide, the better results. Instead of create a villain, try create a morally ambiguous sorcerer villain who is motivated by a desire to save their dying family. Test for game balance. Always double check any mechanics or stats ChatGPT provides. Make sure they fit your game's power level. Combine with other tools. Pair ChatGPT with other resources like math-making software, dice rollers, and published modules to round out your prep. And there you have it, adventurers. The pros and cons of using ChatGPT to create RPG adventures. It's a powerful tool, but like any magical artifact, it's up to you to wield it wisely. Have you used ChatGPT in your campaigns? Let us know your experience in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more RPG content. Until next time, may all your dice roll true and your stories be legendary. Okay, so this is the script that it made. So what do you think? There were things in there that I tried with ChatGPT and others when researching this. I did try to have ChatGPT create a morally ambiguous sorcerer villain who is motivated by a desire to save their dying family. Now I added in, use the Pathfinder remastered rules to create abilities and statistics. Although it gave me a decent background, motivations, and other things, it really couldn't recreate a remastered monster. It kept using older rules and even jumped to first edition when I asked it to use the free archetype to make the character a little more dynamic in one prompt. And it gave me an archetype that actually doesn't even exist and no information on how or what it should be doing. I tried several variations and even several of the exact prompts. It would change the name, maybe the stats. The background was extremely similar each time. And the hooks were pretty much the same thing, just with some changed details. So again, I think it's a great tool for brainstorming and idea generation, but I don't know about writing an entire adventure with it. If you'd like to see me try, check out my Patreon or my YouTube membership to get access to the unique channels on my Discord, and maybe I'll create an adventure over there using ChatGPT or another one, and we'll see what it comes up with. I'll post in Discord the sorcerers that it created. I asked for both Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder 2nd Edition if you're curious as to what it came up with. Now, one of the other things I did test out was using the same prompt, create a low-level combat encounter in a wilderness setting using the Pathfinder 2E system for monster stats. Party of 4, first-level adventures. Encounter should be moderate with some hindering terrain features. Put the monster stat block at the end of the encounter for ease of reference. Now, I tried this with ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and the newer AI that's causing a $1 trillion stock write-off, DeepSeek. So they all created a unique encounter. They all use different creatures, terrain, and levels of concealment as I asked. ChatGPT missed the ability lines of the creature, so I added the prompt, stat blocks are missing, the ability modifiers, and the creatures for it, and it apologized, which was hilarious, and it did add those stat lines back in. It didn't change anything else. DeepSeek had a group of 6 sturges in a forested swamp. Now, this is the Bloodseeker, but the stat block created is not even close to the one on Archives of Nethys. So will it work? Yes. Would I send 6 of them plus hazardous terrain against a group of 4 NPCs? Not a chance. ChatGPT did use monster stance of a giant centipede and a goblin warriors in a wilderness setting with foliage and boulder as terrains. And I think this encounter would work. The reason I think it would work better is because the terrain would affect both monsters and the players, where the previous one with flying creatures, the concealment and the boggy terrain, which was going to give difficult terrain, would actually only hinder the PCs. It didn't account for that. Now, I will note that ChatGPT did actually state the XP budget was 80 and used the correct amount of monsters for it. Now, Gemini gave me what I think was probably the most robust of the adventure hooks and steps for running it, which I thought was very interesting. But the monsters were, again, completely made up, which is not a bad thing, but you would have to ensure that they are appropriately statted. At this point, again, using Archives and Nethys would be easier and way more accurate. Now, I'm sure I could have spent a lot more time nuancing the prompt, adding things such as consider terrain cost 10 XP of the 80 XP budget, or use monsters from the monster core or official publications, and add in treasure appropriate to the level and XP budget, etc. But I wasn't really overly concerned about doing that much on it, and I just wanted to try this out and see what it would work with this AI. Now, one thing I will always state to me is that using these kind of tools is fine for personal stuff. I do draw the line when people start using these to create commercial projects. I have the same feeling of the use of AI art. It's for personal use and things for your group, sure. Commercially, no, not in the least. Now, ChatGPT does have the ability to upload files. I would assume it can learn from those files, and I would be curious to upload the Pathfinder Remastered core rules and see if it can actually build a proper character. Obviously, not a sorcerer, that's player core 2, but ask it to make a cleric or druid and see if it gets the deity right and the edicts and anathemas correct. One of the things I noticed that everyone was giving them an alignment, which of course is not in Remastered. Now, according to ChatGPT's website, a document you upload only works for you and the session you're working on. So if I were to upload my player core, my PDF, it is not supposed to use that information to continue to train the general ChatGPT community. I don't know if I trust that or not, but I do have my doubts, and I never take the word of a large corporation at its face value. But it is something I would love to dive into in my own time when I get the chance. Now, DeepSeek has an upload file limit of max 100 megabytes, and Gemini looks like it can only upload image files. Again, I didn't really delve into that too much. I just quickly fired it up to see what it would do for me. I think that, again, using any of these AI tools is great for brainstorming. It comes up with wonderful ideas and prompts and stuff, but never would I use it as a complete standalone thing. Writer's block is real. If you've ever game mastered or DM'd or anything like that, you know that the hardest part sometimes is just coming up with a hook, with an idea. And I do think these have a good way of doing it. For those that are interested, I will also put up the full adventures, the encounters that it made. I'll put it in a text file and I'll drop it on my Discord so you can actually see what it did for those. And I'd love to have a conversation over there if you're interested on what it did and how I think it needs to be tweaked, if it was going to do so. And we'll go for there. That's it for me today. And I hope to see you all in the next video. So if you're enjoying this content and want to see more, please remember to actually hit that like and subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications, and leave a comment below about your thoughts on using ChatGPT or other large language models to create your adventure or your monsters. Is this something you would try? Have you tried? If so, what were your results? How badly did you have to change or tweak what you were trying to do to get a result? Or just leave your favorite emoji and hit share to help this video in the infamous YouTube algorithm. Perhaps join my Patreon or hit the YouTube membership. Both provide exclusive channels in my Discord, among other perks. In the meantime, in between time, may all your games be full of myth, mirth, and magic. Bye for now.